Honkai Star Rail has just entered into its third beta test. While many were lucky enough to score a ticket on the Astral Express, others were sadly left standing at the station's gates. You see, there are a lot of benefits to gaining access to the closed beta. Playing the game before releases allows players to test out key functions and learn about the characters and structures of the game while making mistakes that will eventually be wiped by the time the game fully releases. This guide was created as a core introduction to those who didn't get into the beta or to those who may need a little bit of a refresher. It's important to note that because the data was gathered during the beta test, nothing is finalized nor is indicative of the game's final version. However, as this is most likely the last closed beta before the game's release, the core information I'm sharing today will most likely stay the same. So, hold on to your seat, Trailblazers, and let's jump into it. To start, let's talk about elements and paths. Each character in Star Rail has an element associated with them. To those who have played the Honkai series before, or those who played Genshin Impact, this shouldn't be a foreign concept to you. A character's element determines the damage type of their attacks, and currently there are 7 elements in the game: fire, ice, wind, lightning, imaginary, quantum, and physical. In addition to elements, each character has a path. The character's given path will give the player a general idea of what role the character fulfills in combat, as well as what light cones they can fully utilize. Light cones are kind of like a character's weapon, but we'll talk more about light cones later. There are currently 7 paths in the game: the Destruction Path, the Hunt Path, the Irradiation Path, the Harmony Path, the Nihility Path, the Preservation Path, and the Abundance Path. The Destruction Path will deal outstanding amounts of damage and possesses great survivability. This path is suitable for various combat scenarios and can be looked at as a general DPS. The Hunt Path also deals in an extraordinary amount of damage, but this time to single target enemies. This path will be vital when facing elite enemies. The Irradiation Path will deal multi-target damage and will provide the most damage against groups of enemies. The Harmony Path will apply buffs to allies to improve the team's combat capabilities. The Nihility Path is similar to Harmony, but instead of buffing up allies, this path will debuff enemies and reduce their combat capabilities. The Preservation Path possesses powerful defensive abilities to protect allies in various ways. And lastly, the Abundance Path. The Abundance Path heals allies and restores HP to the team. Now, let's talk about character leveling and Ascension. There are 5 ways in which you can enhance your combat in Star Rail. 1 is to increase the character's level. The second are light cones. The third is to upgrade traces. 4th, equipping relics. And the 5th is unlocking a character's Eidolons. Each character starts at level 1 and can be leveled up to a max of 80. Once a character's level reaches a certain milestone, they will need to be ascended. Characters ascend at level 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Each character will need different materials to ascend. Now, on to light cones. Light cones work like weapons. Light cones can also be leveled to level 80 and will go through Ascension just like characters do. Light cones can also be upgraded 5 times using the superimpose function. This means to fully build a light cone, the player will need to collect 6 of the same light cone. This could make many 3-star light cones better than 4-star light cones early in the game. So, characters will want to make sure to pay attention to this early on. Something important to remember is that every light cone has a corresponding path, and only a character that has the same path can use the light cone's ability. This means that a character that is equipped with a light cone of a different path will only gain the stat bonuses and not its light cone ability. Now, traces. Traces are similar to Genshin Impact's talent system and look similar to most games' version of a skill tree. Traces can be upgraded by using materials found in the game and go hand in hand with the character's ascension. So, a rule of thumb is, right when you ascend your character, head over to their traces and upgrade there too. Relics are vital in this game. Although it will take players a while to unlock them, relics are similar to Genshin Impact's artifact system. But instead of 5 slots, Star Rail has 6. That's right, more grinding. Relics will increase a character's stats like attack, defense, speed, and so on. It will be important to look at a character's kit to know just what stats they need. The 6 types of relics are head, hands, body, feet, necklace, and article. Just like Genshin, each relic has one main stat and 4 substats. Let the gatcha hell begin again! Relics also come in sets. Equipping multiple relics from the same set will provide additional bonuses for the equipped character. These set bonuses are generally gained with equipping 2-piece, 4 pieces, and/or 5 pieces of relics of the same set. Honestly, there is a lot to look into when talking about relics, so I will create a separate video on this later on. Lastly, we have Eidolons. To our Genshin folks, Eidolons are similar to constellations. Eidolons enhance a character's ability or provide them with new passive bonuses. Each character has 6 Eidolon upgrades, with each Eidolon upgrade providing a different bonus. Eidolon upgrades can be unlocked by obtaining duplicate copies of the character from warps, the gatcha system. The only exception to this is the main character. The main character's Eidolons are locked behind the in-game story. Well, that about does it, Trailblazers. I hope this helped you prepare for Honkai Star Rail's official release, and if you would like to see more Star Rail related content, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to check me out on Twitch. As always, have a safe and wonderful day. Ja, mata ne!